Crime
is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
with his faithful and sexy assistant, Jonathan Shefsky.
Faithful, huh? That's
Yeah.
what we're going with this week?
I don't sleep with any other people that run this show.
That's true.
That's right.
You should sleep with me more, though.
That's
It's starting to
disgusting.
really hurt my feelings.
That we don't-
Honestly, that our relationship used to be so good, and lately it's just I feel like we're disconnected.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's introduce our guest.
Play the music first.
Okay, play the music.
Crime is the show that starts now.
Oh, like right now?
Oh, yeah, do your line.
Okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything
them
to me.
him.
Don't you dare.
Crimepodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it John Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good. Guys, we have a fantastic show this week.
Yeah.
We are super duper excited to have these two guys on. One of whom I've seen mostly naked. The other one I don't think I've seen as naked yet. But, time will tell. So please welcome to the show, Pat Regan and Joel Jimenez.
Hi, hello. What it do?
Oh, that's very East Coast of you.
I thought that was I'm not gonna.
Is that an East Coast thing, though?
I think they say what it do in Texas.
Pat's just going to suck on things
I'm
while
just
we talk.
sucking
He's
on
just
Starbucks.
Pat's from Leicester, England. It's a little town. Mm-hmm. That's all we know about it.
Right away, a strange energy in the podcast studio.
That's how we like to start. Pat and Joel are two parts of the group, the Baby Boys.
Oh, yeah.
You may hear them pretty regularly on the Kill Tony podcast, which is not where I usually see Joel naked, but where I have seen him mostly naked.
That's when you've seen him mostly naked. That's so funny. I completely assumed when you said that you've seen one of them naked all the time and one of them not. I totally thought well, Pat's always just swinging that hog around.
I don't think I've seen Pat naked yet, but Joel and I have peed outdoors together in the middle of cities.
Yeah, we've wrestled
What
in
man
our
hasn't?
We've
wrestled in our underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's different than we've peed together. I mean, I've peed with a lot of boys, you know what I'm saying? But you guys wrestled?
Yeah.
Like with an audience or just like on a Saturday night experiment?
It was in a hotel room.
In
Oh,
a,
fuck
in
yeah.
a seedy hotel.
Yeah.
A seedy motel, actually, is
Yeah.
probably more accurate.
Oh, wow. Well,
It was a weeknight? No, I don't know. Was it a weekend? I don't know. Well, the lady next to us, she knocked on the door because we were making too much noise, and immediately I just let Rick go talk to her, and I acted like I was asleep the whole time.
it was just the two of you guys in
No,
a
and Rick Wood.
Oh man, this is what the entertainment industry has done to us. They just wanted something to tweet about.
I'm trying to be the Roman Polanski of younger comedians.
It's an odd thing to try to be any kind of metaphor relating to maybe like a filmmaker, Roman Polanski, but
Polanski? That's
Yeah,
your,
that's what I was saying. I was saying the filmmaker, not the touching part. I'm trying to make art. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
I'll pizza your gate right now, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
my
jeez.
god.
Harold Frank Qualls was born in Minnesota in 1957.
Also known as DJ Qualls.
I thought you were gonna say he had a problem, like he qualls over things. That's a dictionary
A
definition.
lot of problems. Don't worry. This is a deep one today.
But what does he qual about?
I'll call you right now, bro.
Oh god.
Don't
Wicked,
call
wicked,
me
wicked.
white.
Don't qual me white. Don't qual me white. Don't qual me white.
Harold Frank Qualls was born in Minnesota in 1957 to Mr. and Mrs. Frank Qualls.
That follows.
He had a fairly mundane upbringing, occasionally taking vacations.
He had blood all over his face and white suit.
I had a Slipknot upbringing. Is that similar?
I had a mud bone upbringing.
Oh, dude, I was more of a seven duster.
Strong move, dude.
All right, go on with your stupid story.
Not much is known about his youth, but in 1983, he incorporated his first business in Florida, Reliable Software.
Oh, this is probably not reliable.
That sounds like a name for like a boner that's always 60%.
Reliable Software.
It's like how John calls himself faithful.
Wait, what the fuck is that supposed to be? My wife listens to this.
No, I was talking about Rich.
To me, yeah.
You enrich
If this
his
podcast causes
relationship.
marital problems, that's going to be interesting for my novel that I'm writing, actually. So
What an
keep
interesting
going.
thing for you to bring up for this particular topic today.
Oh, God. What is this about? A guy cheating on his wife and then dying?
There are certainly
Did she murder him?
There's some marital problems in this episode, and maybe some murder. We'll see.
Okay.
In 1995,
Good year.
The tires? This is improv, folks.
seriously my favorite $2 Chuck. He married Julia Duggan, and 3 years later he founded Tree D, a lumber. I knew that one was a
Hey, can you see this coming at you? Fuck ass in 3D.
It's in 3D. It's in 3D. I don't know why we talk like this.
A guy with two like Tyrannosaurus Rex hands be like, it's in 3D.
It's a lumber imaging company designed to help sawmills optimize their production.
Yeah, you didn't have to
Lumber
say that
imaging.
part. I think everyone at this table knew that. Yeah.
3D.
Yeah.
I don't know
I got
if you
some
guys
lumber
caught
you
the...
can image right here.
Oh, yeah. Scan his wood.
Seriously, send us your lumber images.
Do not send us any of your
crimepodcast@gmail.com.
lumber images.
Label it John Shefsky.
Or just send us some lumber.
Actually, that's good. I do some camping, so if you guys got anything that won't smoke up too much when we burn
I
it.
could use some extra firewood. I have a new fire pit.
No, you don't.
Business was good. Within 2 years, Harry and Julia built a beautiful luxury home on 5 acres in Tallahassee, Florida.
Ugh, I hate these people already.
Yeah, already they're just awful. This is the story of how that show for Netflix came out, right? With what's the new one that just came out? With
Oh,
Drew
Santa
Barrymore?
Clarita Diet?
Yeah, this is what it's about.
Probably.
Okay.
They had a son.
Did you
and-
hear about that new Netflix show, Cunt Blood Ding? Did you guys hear about that show? It's called Cunt Blood Ding.
cunt blooding? No,
blooding?
Yeah.
I don't- what's it
Cunt
about?
Blood and then ... then a semicolon.
ENG.
And then
It's-
ENG.
It's about an Asian man.
Yeah. It's really bad.
You like it? What?
Just like that riff. All right, let's move on.
I believed him. I was like, this is what it's called, cunt blooding? But I was like, you know what? It's
Netflix took a
2017.
turn.
Yeah. No, I just thought they were like, they're always taking chances. They put bitch in a couple titles, right? Why don't they put cunt eventually?
What if they just changed the name of the company to Cunt? You're like, oh, we should want
The
to
same
come over
graphic?
and cunt and chill.
You click on it, it goes dum and it just says cunt flicks. You're like, whoa.
He went from reliable systems to treat D.
Treat, yeah, yeah. Pat's focus. He's dialed in.
But Pat, it's with trees.
I want to take this moment to do a preemptive sorry, mom, for this episode.
Oh, because of the cunt word already?
We're already at cunt, and it's only 6 minutes into the episode, so I feel like I
go
know
to
we're
zero
at.
to
Just wait till
cunty.
we get to the asshole.
It's, if you thought the cunt was stinky.
We're on our way down the gooch as we speak.
Harry and Julia had a son and lived a normal upper class suburban life.
I thought you were going to say upper caste for a second.
Upper
I was just
caste?
like, dude, come on now, right? Right, guys? Caste?
Hello, India.
That's right, the caste system.
That accent was spot on.
My nephew fell off his bike and broke his arm.
If
He had to wear
I
a
close my
cast.
eyes, I'm like tech support. This is good. Harry was a model citizen. His only crime on record was a speeding ticket.
Was he tall, skinny, and did he have a good jawline?
He didn't know. He crossed a few lines. Let's put it that way.
His only crime on record was a speeding ticket in 1997, which was dismissed after
Bad
he
year.
attended traffic school. Bad year for 97?
No, it's bad for him. Like, he was just like, when people ask back, like, what's the worst time of your life? He's like, well, I got a speeding ticket in 1997. That was pretty bad. And then everyone's like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Okay. Right? And it's like support group.
The next guy's like, yeah, both of my kids died in separate car accidents back-to-back years. Yeah, but the ticket cost me a lot. I had to go to traffic court.
Yeah.
I had to waste 3 Saturdays.
And my insurance still went up.
Seriously.
My cat just died of AIDS, all right? Get out of here. Huh?
Your cat had AIDS? Dude, what a cat. That's a crazy cool cat.
But the other guy's still like, yeah, but my ticket was really annoying.
Hey, check it out. This is a cat getting an AIDS vaccination shot. Meow. Meow. Ow.
That's what the cat does.
Yeah.
But then they make the same sound when they get their other vaccinations. You ever notice that?
With less of the ow part.
Oh, interesting.
But things began to unravel.
Well, you said we could riff on you, Rich. Rich, you said we could just riff whenever we wanted, and we did.
I step in it so hard sometimes on this show.
Dude, Butt Things is pretty hilarious.
Butt Things.
That's a cool name. That's the better podcast we need to start.
Butt Things?
We can't just do crime anymore. We need Butt Things.
Butt Things versus the Butt Marsh Boys
Oh, yeah, the Butt Marsh Boys. It's, yep.
from the Lee Murray episode.
Lee Murray episode, Butt Marsh Boys.
On Conflicts.
Great names.
Yeah, on Cuntflix.
Conflicts.
Things began to unravel for
Is
the
there a
Qualls
comma?
family. No, I put one in just for emphasis here to break up this butt party.
Fake news. Fake news.
They call me the grammar Nazi. Oh, is that a gerund there? Oh, what is the subject of the object of the predicate of this verb? Oh, you make me angry.
I'm
Still
scared
on
of the
page one.
Germans. Still, it's like it never dies.
It is one of the most frightening accents.
Yeah. Actually, Trump's is becoming kind of an exciting, frightening accent, isn't it?
That is a true one.
It's becoming one. I'm noticing it in the memes on Instagram.
Trump's always like, Sasha, Malia, healthcare.
Pat, you just hit the nail on the head.
Things began to unravel for the Qualls family in 2010
Oh, dude, yeah, that was the year.
when Julia asked Harry for his birth certificate.
Oh shit! It is about the
This
president.
is an even worse year.
She was planning a trip abroad, and her husband did not have a passport.
Who's the broad she was gonna trip?
I know. Was she putting her foot out, or like is it with a wire? Right?
Yeah, I think it was just a foot.
This hoe. Harry was oddly unhelpful in locating the needed documents, so Julia searched on her own. She eventually found the birth certificate, but she found
Can you
something else
start
as
over?
well. From the
whole
beginning
story?
of the whole story?
Yeah, do a speed read through it.
Because I'm already lost.
We'll shut up.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Harry Qualls was born in Minnesota in 1957. He moved to Florida, found a reliable software, and married Julia Duggan, founded Tree D. They bought a house in the suburbs. They had a kid. They live in Tallahassee. He got a speeding ticket. That's his only brush with the law. But in 2010, all this started to unravel when Julia asked Harry for his birth certificate. He wouldn't help her. She found it. But not only did she find his birth certificate,
What else did she find?
she found something else. A death certificate.
Found a lump under her left breast.
Oh, dude, and
She
that's when it
also-
turns into a Lifetime podcast.
She also found-
Get yourself checked. Huh.
This is the big drop off of the roller coaster right here.
Okay, yeah.
Click, 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 click. She found a death certificate for Harold Frank Qualls dated June 9th, 1958.
Okay, wait a second. So she's like, wait.
She's trying to find his birth certificate so she can get him a passport.
She's like, I'm Haley Joel Osment.
He won't help her find the birth certificate.
Because he knows something. He knows something she doesn't know.
And
He's like, honey, we'll do it later.
When she digs and finds his birth certificate, she also finds a death certificate.
For the same name.
For the same
And
name.
then she finds a death certificate CD, a copy of the Ice Cube
And then she
album.
finds a gift certificate for the warehouse, which is actually out of business now. But interesting fact, you can take them to some borders, and they will let you buy books with them. Yes.
Harold Frank Qualls was born in 1957, but not in Minnesota. Instead, he was born in Brownsville, Texas, a town of about 45,000 people with a somewhat tragic legacy. The city was named for Mayor Jacob Brown, who was found dead by American troops recapturing the area from enemy forces during the Mexican-American War. Today, the city is often cited as having one of the highest, if not the highest, poverty rate in the country.
Nice. But how are the tacos? I was planning on traveling. Excuse me.
Probably pretty good, actually.
Okay, go on. You're
It's
not
Texas.
supposed to answer me. You're supposed to keep reading the
To
story.
this day, the largest employer in Brownsville is the school district. Walmart is number 5. The same school district that employed Harry's father, Frank, as a school teacher. Frank made a modest salary, but it was enough to take the family on the occasional vacation. In 1958, Frank packed his wife and 2 children into the family car to take a classic American family trip to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
Since the park's opening, travelers entering from the east have made their stop at an overlook for the Little Colorado River. For decades, this has been a standard part of the trip. The area has plenty of spots for a picnic, cookout, or simply a place to rest.
Or fucking.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mean a guy masturbating in a pickup truck over the highest cum wall of all time?
Man, people ask if I fuck, and I'm like, yeah, all the time. Like,
What's the highest thing?
by myself?
What's the highest thing you've ever come off of?
The highest thing I've come off of? That's a really interesting question. Sorry, Mom. The highest thing, like, actually come off of, and it's like flown down and landed below.
Yeah.
You know, I actually don't know if I've ever done like distance, like vertical coming.
Maybe just standing. That's it.
I came off.
That's high enough.
Standing over.
I have
3.5
come
feet.
high up.
No.
But I've never come
I mean,
off
like, have you ever been
something
on a
high
step ladder and had 2 prostitutes doing the ass-to-ass thing underneath you, and you just drop it down like 7 feet and hear it hit the ground? Or
He kills them. It's from like 7 stories.
You know,
up.
if you come off the Empire
velocity.
State Building, it hits somebody in the head,
yeah, you can kill
them.
them. Like the cum that go through them, like alien blood in the movie Aliens going through the metal.
The velocity it hits. Viscosity.
So no one's come from anything that high?
The velocity and the viscosity.
Terminal velocity.
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 Terminal Velocity is just a movie about guys coming off of tall buildings.
That actually, I would watch that. Maybe for like 20 minutes, and I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm going to go cum myself.
Yeah, it would just get everyone. That movie bombed because everyone left the theater to go come.
No, because they already bought the tickets, so it actually did great.
I thought of that as I was saying it. And I was like,
Rotten Tomatoes is it's 100% of Rotten Tomatoes. I came. Like, oh, successful film. This is fantastic.
Rod Reba would have been in trouble, though.
Could he not come? Is that one of his things?
Well-
He's all thumbs up
well-
my butt to massage my prostate because I have this issue, you see.
Just at the end there, his girlfriend, wife would have had to polish him off.
Yeah. Well, that is part of your duty in a relationship is polishing the partner off, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, you got to polish your partner off. It's like making them dinner.
I wonder how many. Whatever.
Well, I would say follow that thought, but
The Little Colorado Overlook has plenty of spots for a picnic, cookout, or simply a place to rest.
or a guy. Oh no, we already did that. Okay.
Yeah. Along with a spectacular view, the area is filled with Native American artisans selling all kinds of jewelry, rugs, and other souvenirs from covered stalls. Welcome to the stall.
Hello.
Little Colorado River.
Hello, my name is Big Running Ship in the Water, and I have a rug for you. It is, and you do not like the rug. Wait, do not go.
Wait.
Stay. I also have these beads. Okay. Thank you.
But I don't want beads, but I need a souvenir. I'm going back to Tallahassee. What do you guys recommend besides beads and rugs?
I recommend a death certificate from 1958 of Harold F. Frank Qualls.
But okay, what am I gonna do with it though?
I don't care. Just get out of my kiosk.
But okay, well, can I have?
Go, you gentrifier.
Well, why do you keep holding onto my arm if you tell me to go?
They keep opening Starbucks at this overlook, and it's really harshing our vibe, bro.
Is this India?
My spirit animal's a venti.
Oh, Jolly-oly.
But the big attraction at the Little Colorado River Lookout is the photo op.
Oh yeah, hanging over the cliff, right?
The lookout point gives a grand view of the river and its deep gorge.
Oh, deep gorge.
Talk about a
Oh,
deep gorge.
God.
I love me a deep gorge.
Yeah, what's the temperature like? Is it humid in that deep gorge?
The Qualls, like thousands of other families over the decades, stopped to get a photo in front of the breathtaking landscape. Dad Frank parked the car in the dirt lot above the lookout. Since they were only going to be there for a few minutes, Frank and his wife didn't want to bother with the juggling act of taking 15-month-old Harry and his 5-year-old brother James out of the car.
And juggling them over the overlook.
I know, this sounds crazy. Did he forget to put the parking brake on or something? It sounds, I'm already feeling like really bad for this baby.
They left the boys in the back seat and went to take in the view. They got a couple hundred feet away from the car when they realized they'd left their new Kodak camera in the seat.
Oh, okay.
Remember, this is 1958.
Yeah.
Rather than endure the 20-second walk all the way back to the vehicle, they sent 10-year-old Kenneth Dull to get the camera from the glove compartment.
Okay. So there's a baby in the car?
There's a baby, and there's a 15-month-old baby, baby
Okay.
Harry Qualls,
Okay.
Harry Frank Qualls.
So, si, senor.
There's a 5-year-old brother James in the car.
Okay. But there's a
And-
10-year-old brother, too, that's with
And
the parents.
Kenneth Dull, I don't know if he's... I'm not sure if he is...
Related.
I think he might be a cousin.
He's just the weird, smelly kid.
That just gets to go on vacation with other families.
Family or not, Kenny is one part of the Rube Goldberg machine of bad decisions about to happen.
Okay, tell us what happens.
Sounds like that view was life-taking.
Go. Why is it got to be Jewish? The machine. You know what I'm saying?
The first mistake belongs to the engineers who designed the lookout parking lot, leaving a slight slope towards the cliff of the Grand Canyon.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have a little mistake coming. Go on.
Next is the genius who decided that the parking lot
That's what
leaning
they called
towards
the baby, the little mistake.
That's right.
Coming because he was coming off the side of the...
You need to
Moving
stop
on, I'm
insulting.
so
I'm
sorry.
offended. We need an offensive alarm on this show because people are very offensive lately. The baby's handicapped, black, and Jewish, so I'd appreciate if you took your hand off my arm and let me finish the sentence.
Next is the genius who decided a parking lot leaning towards a deadly fall had no need of a guardrail.
Oh, I like the old school life. It helped evolution. Go on.
Kenny reached the car and grabbed the handle to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, none of this would have been a problem if only Mr. Frank Qualls had put on
The parking brake? Oh, gross. Oh, this is terrifying.
Alas, he did not. As soon as Kenneth Dole touched the handle to open the door, it
Holy
started
fuck.
moving. Kenny freaked out and jumped away from the moving vehicle. The car rolled 25 feet to the edge of the canyon, launched off the rim, fell 1,000 feet, and burst into flames.
But the baby's okay? I just say,
Everyone was fine.
folks, what happened to the people inside
The baby's walking away in slow motion as the car bursts into flames behind him.
Yeah. What a way to go, to not even have words yet and just be like, whoa! You know?
Yeah, maybe the whole way down, he's like, wee! He didn't even recognize
I
that
scared the
he's...
shit out of him.
Maybe. We'll see.
I know babies. It scared him.
Back in 2010.
I got a couple friends back home. They're babies.
Back to 2010.
Okay.
Julia didn't know the story of young Harry, but she now suspected her husband was not who he claimed to be. She eventually called the authorities, but when a detective showed up at their home to interview her, Harry informed the officer that she had moved out and they were planning to divorce. What she didn't know was his real identity would emerge a few days later.
Only days later, huh?
Harry Qualls, the
28
family
days
man,
later.
the businessman, was also a wanted man.
A wanted man.
Wanted man. I'm a very wanted man. That's a Johnny Cash song about being wanted.
I'm Johnny Cash.
Howdy, folks. I'm Johnny Ass.
Hi, I am Running Deer, and this is my brother, Wanted Man.
Early one morning, I was looking in the mirror. I had a sweet ass. I wanted to see it clear. So I went into the car and drove to the optometrist. But I didn't get out of the car. I locked my foot in, and then I just pissed myself. I don't know. We could improv Johnny Cash songs all day. Hi, I'm Johnny Ass. Everyone at Folsom laughs, claps for him. Yeah, Johnny Ass. Right? He's obsessed with donkeys. People think it's about the body part. He's obsessed with donkeys. I don't drive here, folks. I'm a good American like the rest of you. I took a donkey here. Hi, I'm Johnny.
I got a burrito, now I got a burning ring of fire.
That's right.
Shouldn't have gotten Chipotle.
Yeah, that's
Gotten
right.
Chipotle.
That's right. Got in Chipotle.
Baby died in a
Thaddeus.
burning ring of fire.
Jesus Christ, Joel. This is a comedy podcast.
Well, the
and you
kid
just-
died in a burning ring of fire.
What is
That's
this,
true.
Game of Thrones? Go on with the story.
Thaddeus Ted Sidzik was born in.
Oh, yeah. You got to steal an identity. That's your name.
Right.
His
Well,
last name is Size Dick.
I thought it was Size Dick for the first 3 days we're working on prepping the show.
Oh, it is if we know
and,
this
and
guy.
I saw it was
What's up, Size Dick?
It's Sidzik, but Size Dick, I think we'll stay with that one.
Yeah,
the rest of the show.
Size Dick.
Teddy Size Dick.
His dick comes out the side. I got to take a leak. You're at the urinal. He's just standing like this. What's up? You're like, stop staring at me. Like, nah, I'm just taking a leak. And he like nudges down. You look down. You're like, whoa. His dick's coming out his hip. Eddie Size Dick, at your service. I actually make custom chairs.
Ted was born in 1952, not 1957. An honor student from Milwaukee's Don Bosco High School, he attended college on a scholarship to University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. But young Ted first made headlines when he was 19 years old.
Speeding ticket? Nope.
Yep.
Wrong guy.
A little more headline worthy than speeding ticket.
Okay.
Jaywalking. On April
Really?
16th, no.
Oh, I was like, geez, these people really are.
On April 16th, 1971, 35-year-old...
April 16th, 1991, there was a riot on the streets.
Tell me, where were you? You were at home watching your TV. I was hanging out with Frankie Quall, getting tickets for speeding. No? Is that how it happens? I fell off a cliff.
Lou Dog.
Lou Dobbs. Moneyline, folks. This is a show for adults by adults. We are here talking to Rich Slaton about money.
Hi.
Yeah. How do we get some of that? Go on with your story.
Rob.
Shocking.
Carry on with your stupid
April
story.
16th, 1971, 35-year-old Gerald Wall was at LaBelle Supper Club, a bar and restaurant on Blue Mound Road just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Sounds like a great meal. Go
Gerald
on.
spent the day courting a group from South Dakota interested in his glass and construction business, and that night he was there to close the deal. After dinner, Gerald shook hands with his new clients, pocketed a $1,500 check, and went back inside to use the restroom before his drive home.
Hey, how does that work? Like, when people do those dinners where they get like millions of dollars, like, what do? You just go like, so you guys in? Like, do you just say that? So can I be your client? Or can you be my client? Like, while you're eating dinner?
for the appetizers, dick.
Yeah, I feel like
Not
that
so
seems so
fast.
pushy. I'd be like, dude, I thought we were like going to strip club as bros, and then now you're asking if I'm going to do business with you.
That's how bros do business.
Yeah.
That's the whole
Like
flaw
while
in
you're
your
getting a
plan.
lap dance, you're like, here, sign this contract, and then go in that room for the extra part.
Yeah.
Huh.
How do you think Trump became president?
This is
Risk. He was at Showgirls.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Then
the whole election.
Then
took
I don't
place at
hate him that
Showgirls.
much because he does business the right way.
Oh, I
Yeah.
just had deja
Hello,
vu.
You
I'll
had
spear-
deja vu, or you went to deja
I'll
vu?
spearmint your rhino right now.
Hello, I'm Donald Trump. Early one morning, I was running for president.
It was going really goodly, and you've never
So he took this dead baby's identity.
Well, hold on here.
I'm just trying to keep the listeners.
We're not even there yet, though. Yes, that's clearly what
Joel's
happened.
so good at PR, dude. He's just like, guys, while you're just trying to riff on this podcast, I'm thinking 10 steps ahead about what our downloaders.
While I'm at it.
Here's what happened. Let's recap the whole show so far.
Can I just start by apologizing to the Native American community?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And we'd
sorry.
all like to apologize.
can we drop that back into the
We're
beginning?
all sorry. Yes, we'd like to all apologize. You are a
Yeah, this is not how apologies go.
Well, I'm.
Sorry.
Seriously, not how you apologize for anything.
Sorry.
Really the worst apology of all time.
And ironically, sorry would be what we would say Indian people, the actual Indians, would wear. Interesting fun fact. Not Native Americans. Indians.
And scene. It was fun having careers, guys. I've been good friends with all of you.
Is that really a career ending to just joke like that?
I have no idea.
You have to have a career to have one end.
That's a good point.
Someone has to listen to this for us to get in
That's the other
trouble,
thing.
right?
Hey, can you just ask Joel to leave because his vibes start really
Yeah,
hurt?
seriously, bro.
You guys need me. I'm the only POC here.
No, we were just asking if you could like go listen to this in the other room. So
Piece of crap.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Piece of caca.
Person of color.
Oh, really?
Pretty old cock.
Yeah,
Joel
pretty
knows
old
all the
cock.
hip new like liberal lingos. You know?
I read. I get all
Just
my.
to recap for everybody, since I think the room's on mushrooms, here's what's happened so far. Did I nail it? Harry Qualls, the Harry Qualls who is not really Harry Qualls.
He's DJ Qualls.
DJ
Star of the new
Qualls
guy.
moves to Florida, gets married, has a cool life, but then his wife is like, hey, let's get a passport. He's like, nah, I'm not going to help you. She finds out there's a death certificate for his name. Then
Little
we
light
go
bulb
back,
pops up over her
Little
head.
light bulb. We find out together on this podcast that the real Harry Qualls was a baby who died when his car went over into the Grand Canyon in 1958.
I feel like we can end the podcast there because now you're like, oh, it was a baby that died, so no harm, no foul. Like, take the identity, let's move on, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You guys are great, and thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for having us.
Why did he?
Joel, you guys
Now,
are fun.
you know what's interesting is why did he get that? Why did he steal that identity? That's an interesting question. Maybe we should answer that with the rest of this podcast.
Let's make that the bonus part of the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Since we just
yeah,
ended
tune
it.
in to Patreon to get the rest of this story.
Okay.
The after podcast.
The after podcast.
Well, now we're in. We're back. We're back in. Now we're in 1971,
1971.
where Ted Size Dick is about to make headlines.
Make headlines.
I think I'll go after Pat.
Gerald Wall has walked into LaBelle Supper Club after making a deal. He's back in. He's in the bathroom now.
Go on.
Is everybody caught up?
Yeah, but who are Ted and Gerald?
Who's this Francine D guy? This whole podcast is brought to you by pissing Rich Slaton off. All right, go. Carry on with your
We need to
star.
really change the way that we preface this show when we warm up everybody.
Really?
No, not
Is
at
it
all.
Too
This
much
is great.
caffeine?
This is fantastic.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you're such a good actor.
I know.
I took you serious.
Someone
right now.
please give me a role. For fuck's I know I'm not good on camera at all.
You can't have any more
I don't have
cards.
Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, I was
You have
thinking
a voice
carbs.
for podcast.
a Kaiser roll.
Swiss
A
roll.
face for podcast. That was a joke.
That's a good point.
That's a really good
Whilst
burn.
Gerald was in the bathroom, Ted and his friend Donald Paulson entered LaBelle. Ted had his hippie-like hair tucked up under his hat, while Donald sported a pair of glasses, a serious set of chops, and a fake mustache.
Okay, so wait. This is during the business meeting.
The business meeting's over.
Okay.
Donald closed.
He just shook hands and
Gerald
closed the deal.
Gerald goes back inside to take a piss, and while he's in the bathroom,
Peter Fonda comes in.
Ted/Harry.
Okay.
Ted, not yet Harry.
Okay.
And his buddy Donald have walked into the bar.
Okay.
The boys sauntered up to the bar and ordered a couple of beers.
Ooh.
The bartender poured them a pair of cold ones and told the boys that the place is about to close, so the brews were on the house. That is when Ted and Donald drew their pistols and informed the room they were in a robbery.
Interesting. Okay.
Gerald, riding high off his big sail, was completely unaware of what was happening in the restaurant. He stepped out of the restroom, smiled, and walked towards the bar.
Hey, what's up, fellers? Just John Hamm like.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
He's like, I'm so fucking. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Donald Paulson panicked and fired. Gerald Wall was shot dead.
Oh, what a shame. So he didn't even get to cash the check from the deal. Like, he didn't
No.
even get to tell anybody. This is before cell phones. He's just like, things are going to be all right. And then just dead.
He put the check in his back pocket, and when he got killed, he shot himself a little bit, and the check now.
Oh, the
had
check
poop
didn't
on
even
it.
work?
Yeah.
Should have put it in his breast pocket. It would have stopped the bullet because money.
You got to stop thinking about titties all the time, Joel. That's part of your problem, kid.
Donald and Ted fled the scene with $540 in a brown paper bag.
That's a really cool title, Donald and Ted.
Only a few days later, Ted attended Vietnam War Out Now, a massive protest of 200,000 people on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. But a sea of nearly identical hippies, could not protect Ted and Donald from the long arm of the law. They were arrested 10 days after the robbery.
Oh, so they tried to hide out amongst the hippies? Mm-hmm. Like when you tried to hide out with the 99%ers and they were like, there's that Roman Polanski podcaster.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
All right, that didn't happen, guys, just so you know.
Donald was tried first. During his time on the stand, he claimed that he was on LSD during the robbery.
Roman Polanski podcast.
Just a rubber.
Yeah, just all about.
This is
Roman
actually
Polanski.
only about the movie Frantic. Every week we talk about the movie Frantic,
which no one's seen.
which no one I've seen Frantic. It's the only movie I've ever seen. Actually,
I never. You've only seen one movie.
I want to see Spaceballs, but I'm still hooked on just watching Frantic.
I want to see Top Gun.
Oh, dude, I have seen
Great
Top
movie.
Gun.
My dad had it on Laserdisc back in the 80s.
How do you know he was your dad and he didn't change his identity? I'm starting to think about that because of this damn podcast.
Might not be my dad.
Who are you?
Who are you, Dad?
Who am I?
I don't know.
Am I my own dad?
Are you Joel?
I could be.
That
What if I have the Manchurian candidate syndrome?
The Manchurian Cunted It, which is going to be on Cuntflix coming up soon.
Cunt flicks. Oh, dude. Do you ever flick a cunt?
Flick a cunt?
You ever just go like this to a vagina? Like
No.
It's called
Yeah.
flicking the bean.
Some women ask,
That's
but
what
they
we
don't.
call it in Mexico.
Yeah, my wife thinks it's ridiculous. She's like, "Ew, it's not a bean, babe." I was like, to me, it's just like a thing.
She's like, it's a cucumber. I'm sorry, with all due respect.
With all due respect.
It's more like a bead.
Like a Native
Indian bead?
American bead that I have for sale for you. Wait, where are
I'm
you going?
I'm
Come
leaving.
back.
I'm
Come
leaving.
back. Come back here.
You're not gonna be able to edit that out.
Not even a little bit. No, this is
I
all in
hope
there.
so.
This is all in
Would
there.
that be insulting? I mean,
Enjoy, Comedy Central, please tune in.
can we have
think
Omar
people
Nava
get-
come on the show to like bless us and make sure that like other Native Americans aren't offended?
I thought he was Vulcan.
Oh, that's now you're offending Star Trekkers.
During his time on the stand, Donald claimed that he was on LSD during the robbery.
Stardate 30 miles.
Captain Picard, is that what it is? Computer.
We are en route to the Galactical complex where
Make it so.
Captain Picard. That was a line from a character that never made it.
So
on
they
there.
caught the hippies.
They caught the hippies, and Donald, they caught the hippies, one of which was Ted, who's not yet Harry, and his friend Donald, who did the shooting.
Had he not gone through puberty?
I knew you were gonna-
When Ted, who's not met Harry, met
Yeah.
Sally.
That's right. Is this the story of Dumb and Dumber?
I think the actual recording of this podcast is the story of
Buddy old pal. You know what I like about you, Harry?
What?
You're identity thief. And then he goes into you're a regular identity thief.
Wait, will you try that again, John? One more time.
You know what I like about you, Harry?
Oh shit! It doesn't work.
Okay.
reset,
Oh, Pat.
unriff,
Unriff.
Hashtag unriff.
If I could command V it. Is it command V? No, command Z.
Command Z, is that undo?
On the computer, it's undo.
I don't know things.
Yeah, you do know things. You know more things than you think you know.
You bet you do.
I do.
I know a lot, bro.
Go on your story.
Captain's log, stardate 357.2.
It'd be funny if there's just a shot of like a turd in a futuristic toilet and it just goes Captain's log. And then it's done. That was it? That's the whole thing?
Yeah.
Can we do that for Void? That'd be so fucking fun.
I've got
Captain's log. Captain's log.
I've got $50 right now that says that meme is already on the internet.
Yeah, everything's already on the internet. Does that mean we should just give up?
Yes. You should all die.
You can't do anything. That's already on the internet. Go on.
During his time on the stand,
During his time.
Dying is so hacky.
Donald claimed he was on LSD during the robbery, much like Pat is on during this podcast.
Can you do that? Can you just claim that to people? Because they can't prove it.
And that robbing LaBelle completely fried had been Ted's idea. So Donald's like, hey, we were all fried out on LSD, but it was Ted who said we should do LSD while we robbed this place.
That would really be a really interesting experience, right?
What a great friend.
They were on LSD when they robbed it?
But what if they got away with it?
That's what
though? You'd
they
be like,
claimed.
I had a lot of personal growth with you on that acid trip when we committed robbery. So if you know,
Yeah, he only shot Gerald because he thought that he was a lizard. He's like, why is that wall walking towards me and becoming an animal at the same time?
oh yeah, that's very Hunter Thompson of you.
Sounds
Lizards,
like a
LSDs.
vision quest. All right, I'm sorry. I want to apologize again
Is
to
that
the
another
Native
Native
American
American?
community.
We
You
love
guys
Native
are-
Americans. I think they do have a sense of humor. They've been under,
Oh, for sure.
under the
But-
microscope with the DAPL pipeline lately. And,
Yeah, dude.
You know, they've
I stand.
I'm wearing a
standing
dream
rock.
catcher on my cock.
What kind of dreams are you trying to catch?
it's called a cream catcher. I'm wearing a cream catcher right now. And you
Is
pull
that-
your pants down. We all have them on.
Is that
Dude.
dream? Is that to catch your STDs, those sexually transmitted dreams?
Oh, wow. This man hears an acronym, and while we're all talking, having fun, he's going through the math and seeing which letters match up with other words.
I love it.
I love it as well.
Ted admitted to the robbery, but claimed that his gun was
Ted, like
non-functioning.
the bear from that movie.
Yes, that Ted.
Yeah.
That
He
Ted,
robbed us of 2 hours of our time. I'm just joking.
that movie bear with the weird accent from Family Guy is the lead protagonist of this story.
Hey, I'm Seth MacFarlane. What the fuck is going on here? You guys, I got more pop culture references too.
Hi, I'm Seth MacFarlane. Down, 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 down. Early one morning, I was doing
Making Family Guy.
voiceovers. I was talking like Brian and then like Stewie Stew.
The evidence proved that Donald was the shooter. But in December of 1971,
You almost said December, September.
He should have listened to Shaggy when he said it wasn't me.
Ted was sentenced and convicted to life in prison. He appealed, but it was rejected. Ted was now stuck in prison, but that didn't keep him out of the limelight.
Yeah.
4 years later, Ted was back in the news when he graduated from the University of Wisconsin Green Bay while behind bars.
You could do that from
Yeah.
an actual university?
That's what he did.
Wait, can you repeat that?
That's pretty awesome.
Ted, 4 years later, got a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of Wisconsin Green Bay while still in prison.
And he just like left crime behind and he started like a fresh life and did the right thing from then on out. He really respected his
Podcast
freedom.
over. Great story.
Podcast over. That's
Instead
cool.
of a diploma, they give you a cheese hat.
Hi, I'm Cheese Hat. Down, 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 down.
Early one morning, I was worshiping Brett Favre. And also Vince Lombardi and
Eating big sausages and stuff that they do, cheese and meat.
By
I don't know
1978,
anything else.
Ted had been transferred to Kettle Moraine Correctional Institute near Plymouth, Wisconsin.
Plymouth, Wisconsin landed on us.
Originally founded as a boys' school, Kettle Moraine had recently been converted into a medium security prison.
A meaty security prison.
That sounds
a lot
like
of boys here. It's a beefy security prison.
the punk rock kid. It's like schools are prison, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It is really. Have you ever had a switchblade held to your
They're
face?
just trying to teach you how to fucking conform. Dude.
Yeah, I don't conform, all right? I hang out with cholos and people that are rockabillys, okay? Right?
Medium security must not have meant much in those days because soon after his arrival, Ted hotwired a supervisor's El Camino pickup and smashed through the gates.
This is after he got a diploma?
He has a diploma. Now he's in a less secure prison.
Yeah.
And he just steals a car and drives away.
Because he gets high
that
off
the
it,
baby
dog.
was in the car.
Oh, dude. The baby was driving
baby
the car.
from-
Ice Cube. It's starring Ice Cube.
The baby from 20
Yeah,
years
the
ago was
baby
in the
from
car.
20 years ago was in the car.
Yeah. And Ice Cube's the driver. And he's like, I'm just trying to get home.
Like we are there yet.
And Ice Cube's listening to his album Death Certificate.
Hi, I'm a shitty movie. Down, 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 down.
No one knows what made Ted break out of prison, especially since he was eligible for parole in just a few years. The actual shooter, Donald Paulson, was paroled in 1986. So if he just waited a few more years, he would have probably been out of prison.
Yeah.
But he just grabs the car and bolts.
It's like, just chill out, dude.
Yeah.
It's like when I dropped out of community college to pursue comedy. It's like, why didn't I just finish and get a degree and like bypass all this shit?
Because
Good answer. The FBI eventually released heavily redacted records of their chase for the fugitive Ted Sizedick.
What's redacted mean?
It's a dinosaur.
Like they went and
Stop it. That's a pterodactyl, you idiot.
a pterodactyl is just a pterodactyl, but his wings have been blacked out.
Yeah.
Redacted is when they go into a document and they cover up a lot of the pieces. They'll give you like, okay, here's a FBI file.
Oh, yeah.
And like a bunch of
I
it's
read
been,
books like that before where they
like
black out
Zach
the stuff.
De La Rocha said, they don't gotta burn the books; they just remove them.
welcome to the Crime Podcast. It's time for a bird noise break. That was the bird noise break. Back to the show.
Hi, I'm Bird Noise Break. Early one morning.
I have no idea what's happening anymore on today's show. Where the fuck am I?
You're at the Comedy Store, the fucking rape
We're in
dungeon, dog.
oh yeah, we're in the basement.
This is where
The
Rich
Red Room,
finds
dude.
out he was the baby that died in that fire.
Oh my fucking God, you're Bruce Willis in our movie about ghosts. Fuck!
The FBI eventually released the heavily
Female body inspector.
the
I was gonna say,
pterodactyl
what's that acronym? Something about FUBU, I think, right? Is that what FBI stands for? Is that why FUBU? Okay.
for us by us. That's why I wear it.
I know what it's
Bias. What is this?
Yeah, for us
This is
bias.
Fucking Fox
Well, maybe
News.
you should try to get more of an objective opinion before you go around spouting your ideals.
I'd like to spout my ideals off the ground.
What's the highest you've ever spouted your ideals from?
Oh, I love to hear my ideals when they spout against the ground, folks.
I hear an ideal could kill a woman if you came off the top of the.
That's right. It's
whatever
like
it's called.
It's like a shiny little slimy penny coming off the Empire State Building. That's right. Building 7. Have you guys checked into that? Okay.
The FBI eventually released heavily redacted records of their chase for
was
the fugitive.
Was that cough written on the sheet?
Yes. Yeah,
I
wrote
also
it down.
think whenever we go off the rails and just fucking murder it like we just did with improving,
Yeah.
I really think that it would be cool if you do that. If you take a deep breath like Ace Ventura style and just go through the whole story from the beginning and just go through the whole thing. And you're good at it. You're good at it.
Yeah.
You did it already once the show. Like the farther we get into the show, the more fun it is to have you just like fully like. So basically, like
So he gets the Camaro.
Yes. And
is it a bitchin' Camaro? That was a song.
It's
Was
an
written about
it's
it
an El
later on?
Camino.
Bitchin' El
Not as
Camino. Bitchin' El
cool.
Camino.
Yeah.
I
means
ran over a
the
guy who
road.
changed his name.
It means the road. If you guys needed me to,
I don't think
translate.
anyone's
El
ever called an El
Camino?
Camino bitchin'.
El Camino's the road.
It means the road.
So you're like, so what am I driving then if this is the road?
The road is on the road.
You put the road on the road.
Hi, I'm confusing abstract thought.
on the road again. Just can't wait to get the
Oh, I
road on
fucking
the
love
road
that
again.
song. That's one of my favorite
Can
songs
we
of all
go on
time.
our MC Escher road trip?
Oh, dude, yeah, that's right. Was he one of the guys from the Bestiality Boys, MC Escher? Okay, go on.
The FBI eventually released heavily redacted records of their chase for the fugitive Ted Sidzik.
Dumb acting.
On March 22nd, 1979, an FBI warrant listed him as armed and dangerous. By that summer, they
so
were
is my profile on Twitter. Go on.
they were searching for. By the summer, they were searching for a woman who had visited him in prison before moving to San Francisco.
Wait for the summer till she's
But that name is also
nice.
redacted. The day before his escape, another woman had come to see Ted, apparently discussing a vacation to Buffalo, New York.
So this guy's good looking.
A vacation to Buffalo, New York.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I don't
The buildings
know.
are old. The people are friendly.
I don't know why.
They got good Filipino food.
Do you like blue and red? Sports reference lost on the room.
Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills? Is that what they do?
There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's a Silence of the Lambs reference, right? Is that what's going on? No,
You're
that's an
Silence-
animal. It's a
that's-
biological reference, right? Planet
Yeah.
Earth,
It's
buffaloes?
all those things.
And guy's named Bill. Go on.
They searched for Ted in New York, California, and even Canada, but every lead was a dead end.
but nowhere in between.
Just like the canyon.
Records show that the agents contacted Ted's real parents, not Mr. and Mrs. Frank Qualls,
You're not even my real parents!
multiple times and found them, quote, very uncooperative. A report from the local office noted that the parents told FBI agents that they were encouraging their son to change his identity and leave the country.
Very uncooperative is what racist people call black people.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that they're very uncooperative by nature. You see him out there making rhythms, and that's
Having soul.
That's right. The soul is dangerous. It's the devil.
The FBI responded by monitoring his parents' mail. In 1982, the FBI had a pair of seemingly lucky breaks.
Okay, so Phil is back in with what's going on. So now we've got he committed this. He got out of jail. He was supposed to get out of jail soon. He committed a crime. He
broke
stole
out
a
of
car.
jail.
He stole a car with an ironic name. He hits the road.
Two chicks visited him.
Two chicks
Before he
visit-
broke out,
Women, you guys.
before he broke out
Let's
and
have
stole
some
the El
respect.
Camino,
The broads that checked in with him.
two hoes from
Were they from the same area code?
No, from different ones actually.
Okay,
oddly
just
enough.
checking. Just checking.
One hoe from the 415, one hoe from the 917.
One hoe was from the 415. One hoe from the 917.
Ludicrous.
Fucking buttery British voice, bro. I don't
Was
even
that a
know what
Ludacris?
the
Was Ludacris
to
on that?
say.
That's his song. I got hoes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. But it's Nate Dogg?
And
That sounds very Nate Doggish,
ironic. The
doesn't it?
song's actually about gardening. He has multiple locations that he owns.
And he's got them stashed in his summer home, like his summer home, his.
Oh yeah, the
Summer
videos him
Home
like the
was her
videos him with
name.
like those gardening gloves on, like raking stuff and like.
I
that's
got a
racist.
membership card to Home Depot.
I'm sure
so every
that
day I
memes
stay
on the
a new
internet.
hoe.
I'm sure that memes on the internet, Rich. So we shouldn't make that joke.
Probably right.
I'm sure that meme's already been done.
I'll meme you right now.
Is that something that hurts or gives pleasure?
I'll pleasure.
Okay.
You.
Okay, you are a
Right
scary
now.
dog. I can't leave. I'm rubbernecking this one. I got to see what's going to happen next.
Okay, to recap, Harry Qualls lived in Florida, but his name wasn't Harry Qualls.
Mm-hmm.
We found out that actually the real Harry Qualls died as a baby in a car crash went over in the Grand Canyon in 1958.
Yeah.
Harry's real name was Ted Sidzik.
Yep.
He was involved in a robbery where a guy got murdered. He went to prison, but he broke out a couple years before he was supposed to be paroled. He drove an El Camino away. Two women had visited him in jail right before he broke out, and the FBI are currently searching for them, and we're about to find out about that right now.
Are they hot? I mean, you didn't even say if they were hot. I mean, my listeners need to have boners, and you're not even saying how they look.
John, that's redacted.
We're gonna have no. Oh, wait,
I told you, their hotness is redacted.
That's what you meant by redacted. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baby got redacted. Dun 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 dun. Hi, I'm a horny.
I like no names, and I can't say why. In 1982, the FBI had a pair of lucky breaks finding both the woman from San Francisco and the woman who wanted to go to Buffalo for some reason.
Lucky Breaks is a Catskills comedian.
Hey, Lucky Breaks, it's a tough kid. I'd probably do something else if I could.
What do they got? I got a kid. I got a kid.
Get off the stage!
Just give me a chance. Shut up, kid. Shut up, fat boy.
Have a joke already.
The Vacationer refused to speak to the FBI at all.
The Vacationer. The woman this Sunday on Fox. The 2-hour premiere.
The woman from San Francisco.
2 hours. Will he or will he not have enough frequent flyer miles to fly like a commoner?
The woman from San Francisco admitted to meeting Ted in her home city.
The Commoner. 2-hour premiere. Right after, immediately following The Vacationer. Right? I mean, like, I'd watch it. I love Vacation, but I can't afford to go. But if I can live through someone else in my TV and have a little drama mixed in there, I mean, I'm into it.
I don't even know. I'm trying to.
The real sad thing is that Rich said he prepared this for 3 days.
But he prepares himself mentally. He meditates.
No, I've actually I've actually been preparing to do this story for 4 months because I couldn't figure out how to do it.
It's great.
Wow. It's a gripping story that I found out about from. And I'll tell you the source when we hit the sources section end of the show.
Nice.
I'll drop some sources in there.
Oh yeah, only one person on this planet gets excited about the bibliography of a podcast.
Thank
and
you,
it's
Uncle
the podcast
Terry.
I'm sharing with Rich Slaton, folks. Bibliography this Sunday on ABC.
What happens next?
Great.
The woman from San Francisco admitted to meeting Ted in her home city and that he told her about his escape and future plans, but she refused to share any information with the FBI, citing client privilege. Information detailing how she knew Ted and what job gave them a privileged relationship was also redacted in the FBI file. The Wisconsin FBI asked the San Francisco FBI to charge the woman with harboring a fugitive. For some unknown reason, they refused.
They refuse each other? They're not all just like, oh, yeah, you're FBI, I'm FBI. I'll press that button for you.
A ton of this stuff on this is what makes the story really interesting to me, and I can't get into it because there's no where to go with it.
Yeah.
A ton of this stuff related to the FBI chase is redacted, including and we'll get into the minute in a
Like if
second.
the girls were playing with themselves while they were driving,
Yes.
like how their legs looked like in the sun, like if they were like natural or like really made up, like
all that.
Okay.
Did they have hoop earrings?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
No, it's 1982. They all had hoop earrings.
Oh, it's hot, dude.
Love it.
I like put my hand through that and just putting my hand on a woman's ear and cheek and just be like, I can't get unlocked from this, that I'm in this shackle. It never worked before.
You locked yourself into
Yeah.
a woman's face?
Yeah, but usually from behind her, so it's kind of awkward because it doesn't really turn them on very much.
Eventually, the FBI learned that Ted was fluent in Polish.
You have to make sure your fingernails are clean.
Now I know why Rich is reading this story. This is
Oh, is it that Roman Polanski reference?
yes,
Yes, because he's Polish?
Polanski.
Yeah, it's like, are you Pole or are you Polish? Like a lot of people say, like, I'm Polish. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of Pole. I'm Polish.
Since they had no leads.
Oh my God, I'm Jewish actually though.
What?
Very interesting story. About 2 years ago, I sorry about this. Folks.
Since the FBI had no leads, they did the logical thing and started to search for him in Europe.
Yeah, that sounds like a couple of FBI agents are like, hey, get us some first class tickets to where do you want to go? Belgium. That's
Yeah,
right.
the guy's in Belgium, I heard.
Boss, he's in Belgium. I'd say he's in Amsterdam. That's where I did because I like chocolate.
Boss, I
Yeah,
got a hot lead.
What do you got?
I gotta go to Rome.
Okay, Batman, but
You destroyed 15 city blocks!
I'm not Batman. I work for the FBI, and I gotta go to Rome.
is this Keanu Reeves?
You gonna give me a ticket or not, fat boy?
Get out of my office. The ticket should be ready in an hour.
Hey, Chief, I got a lead. It's I think the guy's in Ibiza.
You got a ticket? Go for it. Charge it to the company card. And then the next guy's like, sir, I've got very serious evidence that he's actually very close. He's in Norwalk. We could actually get down there this afternoon. You don't have enough for me to send you down there. I don't trust you. Johnson, get out of my office.
Can I at least borrow a bicycle?
Move on with the story.
Where were we?
I'm moving
they're in
on.
Europe. They're in Europe. Phone records showed that Ted's American relatives had placed calls to England and Germany.
Boo.
With
fascism.
With nothing else to do, the FBI reached out to both the foreign governments.
With nothing else to do.
Both countries sent back responses, mostly redacted, which ended by saying, in so many words, based on what we know, we won't investigate this further.
So something weird's going on. Somebody's protecting somebody.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler alert, We don't. I have no clue what happens. All the
Spoiler.
redacted
Every
shit.
time- every
Snape
time-
killed Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He does? No. What the fuck? No, dude. No. Fuck. Man.
By 1987, the FBI threw in the towel, and they just stopped looking for him.
Like Bobby Knight.
Yes.
So something's going on. Somebody's protecting him, right?
The FBI's
Well, I don't know
got
if
a
someone's
room
protecting
full of
him.
towels.
What my theory?
Yeah, he's got all these towels.
It's how we keep the floor dry.
My theory, I have two theories as to why they would redact a lot of the information they did.
Yeah.
One of them is that the people who were involved, like for example, the woman in San Francisco or the people in Europe, were important for some reason unrelated to this particular crime. And so, like, having them being out in an FBI file
Scandal or
could be
something.
maybe not even a scandal, but it could be like outing people who were doing something for the FBI.
Oh, I see.
So that could be a completely unrelated topic.
Yeah.
The other one is that since this is all Freedom of Information Act, all this information,
Yeah.
that they were redacting names of people who they thought were involved, and that people who were friends or family of the guy who was murdered might go like, oh, well, that person's still there. I'll go get revenge on them because they're connected.
They're trying
this
to protect
guy.
certain people.
So
and-
either protecting a witness or protecting.
really
I
nice
think
of
they
them.
just redact things so no one can be held accountable. No,
That's
like, ever
that's
for
also a
anything.
distinctive possibility.
well, if you're going to retire and you're like, dude, I can't, you just
But
like,
the question then goes, why are you redacting a file from at this point, like 40 years ago?
oh,
when
because
these
someone
files
still
came
works
out?
for them or someone's still alive
So-
that can get in trouble probably.
Yeah, so you don't know exactly.
That's why I use tough acting redacting.
When your paper just has words and names and details that you can't get rid of, but you want no one to know.
Nothing else is going to cure it.
Boom, tough acting redacted.
You just spray it out of a little can. But they show it on the commercial, like still spraying it on feet. And you're like, what? I don't really. It's just.
This makes,
He's
this makes
spraying
your
like
feet
a
black.
Baby's burning feet.
Just covers black.
This, of
It's just
course.
black spray paint on like a nice foot.
So in
Wet
1980,
and on the feet, there's like Kennedy assassination, like information written.
Oh, dude. It just says who did it.
Did you just say black feet?
that's a great commercial. There's a tattoo on
Black feet?
There's a tattoo on the feet that says JFK was killed by.
Yeah.
And the commercial just shows the tough acting redacting.
Yeah.
Blacked out the name of the person.
That's really great, actually.
Tough acting redacted.
So where are we in the story, Rich?
In 1987, the FBI has now thrown in the towel on the case, and which is a great for Ted because he'd been living as Harry Qualls since 1983.
Okay.
Ted used a common identity theft technique called ghosting, where a person
It's also a
Tell me
common,
about it.
Yeah, female technique and and male, I guess.
where a person adopts the identity of a dead person of around the same age, becoming a living ghost.
Oh, I thought it was when you make a Fifi bag and then you put a picture of someone who passed away for the head.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Before the days of computer databases and cross-referencing, this was a relatively easy method for obtaining a new, solid fake identity. Ted may have gotten his idea to ghost on his visit to San Francisco after his escape from prison. In 1971, a group of counterculture activists started the Eden Press as a response to the Vietnam War draft. Their original 24-page booklet titled, quote, titled The Paper Trip,
Titled Hacky Sack for Beginners.
Hey, fucking hippies, right, fellas?
even this book's identity has been obfuscated.
They just want a handout. That's the thing with hippies.
Hand out a patchouli.
Free love. No war. Being nice to people. Stupid hippies.
The Eden Press released the original 24-page booklet in 1971 titled The Paper Trip, and it was the first handbook for
That's
creating...
code for acid, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first handbook for creating a new identity for any purpose, including avoiding the draft. In the book, they detailed a number of identity-changing techniques, including a step-by-step guide to creating a new life
reconstruction surgery.
and methods for altering your speech, handwriting, and appearance.
I would
go
never
to-
avoid the draft. I love beer.
I thought what you were going to say was I never enjoyed the band because it actually helps me retain gas mileage and stay right behind the other race car. Am I right? Am I right?
You are.
So they-
Here's Okay, go ahead, Pat. What's your question?
Pat, what's your question, Pat?
They tell you.
Pat, what's
they
your
tell you
question?
how you can. They tell you how to. Teach you how to change your handwriting. Mm-hmm. Why do you need?
because they analyze that in the government.
Right with the other hand, you know?
That's what I tell people. I say, put the pen in your foot, boy.
The book has
pen in your foot.
it's a 24-page handbook on how to change your identity. Everything from changing your actual paperwork and social security number to
What's the
changing.
book called?
It's called The Paper Trip.
It's called
it on
Eat,
Amazon?
Pray, Love.
We'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Cool.
All right.
Here's an excerpt from the paper trip. Quote, when you think about it...
Tong, 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 tong.
Well, you said you wanted to be Asian man now. That's what it says?
Yes, yes.
I'm leaving.
So go read that book? No, you should be proud of who you are, Joel. Yeah, you're a good guy, man.
After the show, we will all need the book.
Can we not release this episode?
Totally can.
We could just redact the whole episode.
Oh, Joel, that's what this is about. It's called the Learning Podcast, actually. That's the real name.
You know, I think that's the title. It's called Redacted. That's the title of this
Redacted?
episode. We have to make it more Bondy, though. When you
That'd
think
be cool,
about it...
Pat Regan and Joel Jimenez in Redacted.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
When you think about it, alternate... here's a quote, again, quote from the book.
I don't want to think. by
Quote,
the way.
when you think about it, alternate ID is used basically for two jobs, appearing and disappearing.
Blow and hand.
You appear in order to...
Two of my favorite gigs.
You appear in order to do something. You disappear in order to get out of doing something. The ID you create will enable you to do whatever you like. As an example, you might want to take a greedy merchant with a check or credit game. You appear as Silas Rubottom, obtain the merchandise, and disappear with the goodies having paid, but a trifle. It happens all the time.
Does it really?
That's the quote from the book.
Sounds like the
okay.
Mad Hatter wrote this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you actually go to the website that's attached to this, because these guys are still around,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking nuts. We'll talk about it more at the end of the show. Among the many tips and tricks, the paper trip advised readers to search newspaper archives for old articles about an entire family getting killed in an accident while on vacation outside of their home state.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is because
That's
a death
hilarious.
outside of the home state would not be archived in the same state as the birth and would therefore probably not be cross-referenced.
Everyone wants their own bathrooms these days. You notice that?
Ted followed this plan almost to a T. While the parents didn't die.
T for Ted. That's what he says when people
Yeah.
say that. You followed it to a T. Well, my name is Ted, so I followed myself.
That's a good point, man.
Right?
Jeez, you got it.
Maybe you guys should follow me to the T, and I'll lead you to Graceland.
While the parents didn't die, young Harry had been born in Texas and died in Arizona. Since the car went over a cliff in 1958, Ted was probably unconcerned with anyone checking up on young Harry 25 years later in 1983 when he stole his identity. So it must have come as a huge surprise when after 28 years of living as Harry, that the stolen identity of a boy who died 53 years ago was finally unraveling.
That'd be so long to remember all this stuff, though. Like, I can barely remember my passwords to things. That'd be so long.
On April 13th, 2011.
I mean, that wasn't funny, but it was a note.
You're a note.
Thanks, man.
On April 13th, 2011,
Galaxy note.
Harry Frank Qualls and his wife Julia went to divorce court.
On TV, like in front of a live studio audience.
No, but that would have been fucking
been great.
Considering how this goes, that would have been amazing.
I want to see Judge Judy.
Harry was asked about his identity.
Hey,
Judge Judy, are you here?
hey, you guys gotta stop arguing and
This is
settle
baloney.
this.
This is baloney.
She's like a female Wally George. She's
You're
like,
both wrong.
Get out of my courtroom. You call yourself an American?
That's Wally George, but like as a judge, that's a female.
Hey, how about this?
Yeah.
All right, this is Peter Falk.
Goes, I'm Peter Falk. How's it going? You kids with the these days with your podcasts in your rape rooms at the Comedy Store.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Artie Lang. I'm not sure if that was a burp or just a breath. We'll be right back.
In divorce court, the fake Harry was asked about his identity while under oath. He immediately stood up and walked out.
That's what you have to do. You have to show these judges and juries you're not going to take their shit.
5 days later, Harry Qualls, a.k.a. Ted Sidzik,
He killed himself.
was found dead.
You motherfucker.
His body lay next to a woodpile in his expansive backyard where he had apparently shot himself in the head.
See? He got too stressed out from having to remember all those passwords and all that shit.
Yeah.
He left behind a suicide note.
I was so stressed out and I was so
redacted.
overwhelmed. And then it's redacted. Yeah, the whole thing's...
Where he explained to his wife that he wasn't Harry Qualls, that he'd been convicted for taking part in a fatal robbery, and that he resented not being able to tell anyone he had a college degree.
Oh, dude. I mean, I would too yeah. You know, college degree is important these days, so I can understand that.
6 months later, after the local police asked the FBI for information, the truth came out. Local news carried the story that Harry Qualls was in fact the fugitive Ted Sidzik. Since then, there's been a small legal battle between Julia Duggan and the family of Gerald Wall, the man killed at LaBelle's in 1971, over the state of Harry/Ted.
Oh yeah, like people are like, oh, that's who it is because that motherfucker killed so and so.
Interesting. He didn't.
Well, he's part of it.
Yeah, he was like in the room.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
It's like if I shoot someone, like you're going down, dude. You know what I mean?
The Eden Press,
I shot someone recently too, so
which was very likely the source of Ted's transition to Harry, still exists today.
that's the kind of transitioning I approve of, man to man.
They sell.
All right.
I'm a trans man.
So you still use the same bathroom? Okay, you're fine with me, kid.
Yeah.
Move it along.
The Eden Press sells a variety of books on topics of privacy,
I'm like Adam's apples when I'm
Including-
trying to kiss.
including ones titled. Some of the titles for the Eden Press include 100 Ways to Disappear and Live Free Forever,
Until you kill yourself.
How to Disappear in America,
Until you kill yourself.
You open the book and it's like, just pull the trigger, man. You'll live free forever, man.
Gun.
Yeah. You open, it doesn't even have pages. It's just a handgun in there.
It's carved out.
Oh, dude.
The Paper Trip is now in its 4th edition and, yes, is available on Amazon.
Fuck yeah.
How many sales, though, has that had? Tell me it's in the thousands.
Soupy sales.
And let's not forget the real young Harry Qualls.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, a ghost story
Harry Qualls.
continues to be told at the Little Colorado lookout point.
Like, what would a baby ghost even do?
Well, legends say that if you park there at
Oh,
night,
fuck. There's a fucking baby ghost crying. That's about it.
Now I can't come off this cliff.
Yeah. I can't change its diaper. It's a fucking ghost. Yeah. You need to find a ghost tit for it to suck on. That's why you like logically like there's no such thing.
You got to find a ghost tit for it to suck on.
Because it's a ghost baby and it's toisty.
It's
legends say
It's toisty.
that if you park
It
there
really
at
is.
night, you can still hear the laughs of Harry and his brother. Some people report seeing little boys playing near the edge of the cliff, but if you get too close, they disappear over the edge.
Oh, that's really cool that people say
Michael
that.
Jackson's hand is like pulling him.
And that's the story of the
you brought
two
Michael
deaths.
into this. Two
What did I
deaths.
say?
The
it again?
2 deaths of Harry Qualls. That's the
Wow,
story.
he died twice.
Redacted.
The man's
Redacted.
so nice.
Now,
he had
interesting
to die
to know,
twice.
Wow, clickbait title, Joel.
Before
Nobody
we-
dies twice. What's up?
Before we even get to our sources, I found the story out because,
Open sources.
well, no, my uncle
Stay tuned
Terry
for the bibliography.
was friends with this guy.
Whoa.
I told him about the podcast. I told him about the show, and he's like, "Dude, I have a story for you." He knew Harry.
What
Qualls.
if your uncle is him though? This guy didn't kill himself. Your uncle's the third train of taking these names,
Your
and
uncle-
we're in fucking danger, man. We gotta get out of here.
and he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling ghost babies.
yeah, you meddling podcasters.
I'll ghost your baby right now, bro.
Dude, you need to stop threatening, even if it's good, to do what you're doing.
I love to threaten.
Okay.
Promise, you know.
Yeah.
So thanks, Uncle Terry, for putting us onto the story.
Yeah, Uncle
Tight.
Terry. Uncle Teriyaki, we called him.
Today's sources include foamcage.com, openjurist.com, edenpress.com,
Openyourwrist.com. That's a suicide fucking.
the Milwaukee,
No.
Wisconsin Journal Sentinel, WCTV.tv, and of course,
NBC.
the evil robots at Wikipedia.
Oh, those evil robots. They're not even real. How do you trust them?
Of course.
I can't trust them.
And that's Redacted, I guess is what the title of this episode is going to be.
Redacted.
I was going to call this one "You Only Live Twice." Oh no,
That's very
sorry, no,
Bondian. I
no,
like
you.
that.
I'm not. That's actually a Bond
I like
movie.
that.
You Only Die Twice was going to be the name
only
of this
die twice.
podcast.
Only-
Oh, Judy Bloom coming in. Hey, guys, what's going on? You recording a podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, Judy, what are you doing here?
I just came in to say hello. Woo! Goodbye.
Wow, look at the wingspan on
You know what I like
Judy
about that is
Bloom.
the accuracy of that Judy Boom impression.
Very beautiful.
It's so on note.
Judy, bam. That was so good.
Can I just apologize again to all the communities that we may or may not have offended? You are all wonderful, beautiful
Judy
people.
Bloom coming in here. Never apologize to anyone. That's it for me. Ah!
You can learn more about the show by following us on Instagram and Twitter at CrimePod. That's pretty cool. How do they get a hold of you guys? How do they get a hold of you, Judy Bloom?
I think she left.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you for sending Pat back in here, Judy. She's
yeah,
so
Pat.
kind.
If people want to get a hold of Judy Bloom, how do they contact you to then?
I don't care.
contact
Just
her?
listen to my music. I have an album out on Spotify
it's so
called
good.
Bad Chad, BADCHAD, and my name is PATREGAN, Pat Regan. So just look up my music and
Please
listen
listen
to
to
it.
it. Dude, I've had it in my player since you gave it to me. It's been like a month, and that's all I've listened to. Like at night, I'll be like trying to fall asleep, and I'll be like, "Motherfucker!" I'll have like a lyric line in my head, or like, it's such a great album.
you
guys.
done?
It's such a great album, and that's it, guys. That's all of our actual guests on the show.
Yeah, no, there are no other guests here.
No, that's it. That's all of it. Everyone, Pat Regan, thank you, guys. I'm just joking.
Here comes. This feels really.
You can get on Joel's social media at Mostly Sorry.
I'm mostly sorry. Yeah,
he
Kill
really
Tony
is.
Mondays Comedy Store.
Yeah, every Monday, you can see Pat and Joel at the Comedy Store for Kill Tony. Pat does like about a half hour of his great music to open up the show, to warm up the crowd, and then Joel comes in and drums, usually partially nude or mostly nude.
And he really is sorry, guys. If ever you're wondering, like he's very
Yeah,
apologetic about
seriously.
the whole thing, just everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's like
a freak out tonight about this.
It's like a sorry, like
what did I
like a
say?
blanket, like you blanket everything in sorry. Like just so you know, I have a constant disclaimer. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, jump on the Patreon, everybody. At the Patreon, you can get access to our
The
bonus
New England
content.
Patreons.
Hey, he's still going, folks? He's not sorry about continually riffing. He just keeps going. What else can people find you on? And like, what else are you doing?
Me?
Yeah, obviously I know it's so gay because I'm sitting here next to you and I'm like, I know what you're doing.
I'm just
I know what you
working-
fucking do.
Secret.
Yeah, little top secret.
Well, Joel's working on Nathan For You, so there's an upcoming season of that coming out.
Yeah.
And John, Joel, and I are working on a Snapchat series for Comedy Central called Void. That is very unique.
It's fucking weird as fuck. I love it.
I know this isn't going to mean anything to the podcast listeners. Pat hasn't opened his eyes the entire time we've been on this show.
Dude, everyone has methods, all right?
It's more comfortable that
Is his
way.
method shining a light in his fucking eyeballs?
Yeah,
No,
because I want to do animation and like voiceover and stuff, and it's like you can just kind of disappear. Like eye contact is a big problem I have with socializing and performing. I
Yeah.
never know where to look.
Yeah.
and so I think I can get more, especially with these headphones. I'm still engaged. I can still listen to you guys and be with you, but I don't have to weird
Yeah, I was gonna
everyone
say-
out with my presence.
Maybe I should
Oh,
try
you know
it
what? I
because
saw your eyes open there. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Oh my god.
Joel. You better apologize, Joel.
I'm sorry.
So check out Pat's album.
Oh, dude, check
go
it
check
out.
out Joel at Mostly Sorry. Again, you can follow the show at Crime Pod on Instagram and Twitter and all that different stuff. Facebook, blah, blah, blah. You can always send us email, crimepodcast@gmail.com. Send us show ideas, any questions you have, dick pics, whatever you're into.
Don't send dick pics.
Just send those. Label it John Shefsky. Yeah, he's really excited about it.
Also,
And-
the album that has full band on it, I played drums on that. Pat's album, Pat Regan and the Baby
Fuck
Boys.
yeah, he does.
Fuck yeah.
That's
And
also
jump on the
on Spotify.
Patreon. On the Patreon, you can get all of our bonus episodes, including mini crimes, some of our personal crime stories from our guests, the lost episodes, other weird little things that we've done here and there, and some other cool gifts and things. You can go check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Fantastic show today, guys. Thanks
Yeah,
for
guys. It was
coming.
awesome.
Thank you.
Donka bras.
Bye, robot.
Bye, guys. Peace out. Thank you. Bye.
Hour and 6.
Oh my god, that was fucking insane.
You guys are great. That was so much fun. Did you have fun?